Next guest had her first hit in 1963 with I Only Want to Be With You. She said, marvelous to be popular, foolish to think it will last. Well, how wrong can you be? Her first album in 10 years has given her 3 hits, and her latest single, Arrested by You, looks like being the 4th. Let's give a welcome to Dusty Springfield. Good morning to you.
Morning all.
Well,
how come you do it? You look so wonderful at this time in the morning.
I tell you, it's our lighting. It's nothing to do with us.
Is it really?
It's keeping my face together. But you're back in Britain after years and years of being away. 20 years.
It was time. It was about, let me see, 1973. I actually went away. It was time. It was just, I was getting very bored with California. I was getting bored with it being the same weather every day. Endlessly, oh God, another beautiful day. And it was just, I made a sort of inner decision that it was time to come back to Europe. I wasn't quite sure about coming back to England because that was an enormous leap. And I was also trying to avoid facing up to having to put the cats through quarantine.
Oh, you had, that's right, you have, how many, 9
well,
cats?
I only had 2 then. It sort of diminished. I taken long walks, and now I only have 1. But I just couldn't face it, so I went to Holland for a year. And during that year, it was great because I was coming in and out, and it was sort of a year's rehearsal to get used to England again. And by then, I got the guts to come back and put them through quarantine. It was, I would have come back many, many times before. But when I had a lot of cats, I just couldn't face it.
Really? But what was it that you found, I mean, apart from the cats, when you came back? You made the decision to come back.
Well, I mean, it was mainly work, I think. I think it was a matter of just getting to that gypsy stage where I needed to move on. I mean, the longest, even within California, I was moving every 6 months. I don't seem to be able to sort of pin myself down. And it was just time when the Pet Shop Boys had approached me while I was sort of at the end of my time in California. And it made a lot of sense then. I think I was waiting for a reason to sort of stop being lazy and sort of put the boot up and just get going. And I was given this marvelous vehicle, really, to get me going, having reached a decision that was a private one and a personal one about, I'm going to do this all over again, but not quite knowing how.
Did you know
how it was made easy for me?
But when they approached you to do something like this, did you have any idea what it would be like to collaborate with them? Had you heard of the Pet Shop Boys before? Had you worked with them at all?
I hadn't worked with them. I was well aware of them, and sort of driving along on the freeway, I practically had a crash when I heard West End Girls, which is the first record, because I thought, this sounds so different. And without a thought in my head about actually working with them. So, and it was ideal that they asked me to do what did I do to deserve this, and basically, while it was a duet, it was, I was like a guest. I only had to do some of it. So I didn't have to carry the full responsibility straight away. It was a marvelous way
to ease yourself back in.
And it was like, gradually it got more like the second one in Nothing Has Been Proved from Scandal. And then in Private, it was like being weaned off inactivity into sort of a high-profile activity again.
Well, Dusty, let's take a look at your latest video from your latest, what looks like it's going to be a hit single.
We'll see.
From the album Reputation, here's Arrested by You.
Taking my train of thought to an unknown destination, and suddenly I don't know where I am. Like a tremor was found, something's happening in my heart. Finally
Wonderful, wonderful single. It looks like somehow there's something more contented, more dreamy about you, about your singles that have come out now. You've gone through some pretty hectic ups and downs in your life. Do you think that you've achieved a bit of a
Serenity?
plain, yeah?
I can barely spell that word. I think that things don't upset me as profoundly as they used to. I seem to be able to show up, number one, which is a big achievement, do the best I can and try to stay out of the results. It doesn't mean I'm very involved with what I'm doing, but as I'm doing it, I'm not thinking about the results all of the time, because that's an extra burden. That's what used to grind me down. I was always projecting, will they like it, blah, 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 blah. The best I can do is do it and enjoy it. And if they like it, great. If they don't, there's nothing I can do about it.
Well, let's hope they all like it. I think they'll like that one.
Good. I hope so.
Thanks very much, Dustin.
Thank you.
We're not going to say
Good
goodbye
night.
to you yet.
Thank you. Good night.
She was dying to say
Dustin's
that.
going back to sleep now.
Yes, I am.
Good seeing you.